So what did the last movie you watched, the logo on your favorite coffee cup, and yeah, that PDF you signed for your apartment, what do they all have in common? Well, it's a company you definitely know, but its influence is way, way bigger than you might think. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible empire of Adobe.
It's a company that's so woven into the fabric of our digital lives that we don't even see it most of the time. You know, from those big blockbuster films that are edited with Premiere Pro, to the millions of social media posts made in Photoshop every single day, Adobe is pretty much the silent partner in almost every creative process. So let's dive into how they built this absolute digital dynasty.
And seriously, that is not an exaggeration. Adobe has become the default toolkit for just about everything in digital creation. It's the invisible infrastructure holding up the entire creative world, from a freelancer designing their very first logo to a massive corporation running a global marketing campaign.
I mean, look at this list. If you've done pretty much any of these things, yep, you've been in Adobe's world. It's the go-to software for everything from a quick photo touch-up to heavy-duty professional design work. This ubiquity, this everywhereness, is the real foundation of their empire. It makes their tools the common language of creativity.
So, how in the world did Adobe get this dominant? It wasn't just about having great products. Nope, it was a game-changing business model that pretty much turned the entire software industry on its head. Let's take a look at the engine that really powers their success.
First up, let's just look at the numbers. As you can see, a whopping 70% of their money comes from what they call digital media. That's the core, right? That's the Creative Cloud, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Illustrator, and of course the Document Cloud with Acrobat. The other big piece is Digital Experience, which is basically their tool set for big brands like Coca-Cola to manage all their online ads and customer data. But it's that 70%, that's where the magic really happens.
Okay, now this slide. This shows what was probably the single biggest, most important decision in Adobe's entire history. Back in 2013, they made this massive gamble. They killed the physical software box. No more one-time purchases. Instead of dropping, say, $700 once, you'd pay a monthly subscription. Now, Wall Street hated this move at the time, but you know what? It turned out to be a stroke of absolute genius that completely redefined the software industry.
So why was this so brilliant? Well, for Adobe, it created a predictable, recurring stream of revenue. That's the holy grail in business. And for us, the users, it meant we got continuous updates and access to all the latest features all the time. This created this amazing feedback loop. They could constantly improve the products, which in turn just locked us in as customers and gave them the financial stability to completely dominate the market.
Right, so with all that predictable cash rolling in, Adobe was able to build an incredibly powerful competitive advantage, what investors like to call a moat. And this isn't just about having the best products, it's about creating a system that is just incredibly difficult for anyone else to even try to break into. So what are the bricks that build Adobe's moat?
Well, it all starts with being the industry standard. Just think about it for a second. Design students learn Photoshop in school, so when they get into the workforce, they're already experts. This creates this powerful network effect where companies use Adobe's tools because, hey, that's what the talent pool knows how to use. It's a self-reinforcing cycle that's almost impossible to break.
And that brings us to the next part of their moat, what we call high switching costs. I mean, for you or me, learning a whole new software suite is a major time investment. But for a company, it's a massive, expensive undertaking. You've got to retrain your entire team, rewrite all your workflows, and risk huge file compatibility problems with your clients. It's a headache most businesses would just rather avoid.
Now, of course, Adobe isn't totally alone out there. Canva has absolutely revolutionized the world of quick and simple design. And Figma, well, Figma has become the go-to for collaborative interface design. But you see, these are often specialized tools for specific jobs. For the pros who need a powerful, integrated suite for a whole range of creative work, the Adobe ecosystem is still pretty much unmatched.
Okay, so they're on top of the world right now. But what's next? The digital landscape is always changing, right? And there are two massive trends that are really going to define Adobe's future: the booming creator economy and, of course, the disruptive power of artificial intelligence.
The growth opportunities are pretty clear. I mean, the creator economy is just exploding. You've got YouTubers, TikTokers, freelancers, millions of new creators who all need professional-grade tools. At the same time, big companies are pouring money into digital marketing, which is a key zone for Adobe. And then you'd have the biggest one of all, AI.
And AI is this giant question mark, isn't it? It's both a threat and an opportunity for Adobe. On one hand, new AI tools could totally disrupt their core business. But
If Adobe can successfully weave AI into their existing products, I'm talking AI-powered video editing in Premiere Pro, or intelligent photo retouching in Photoshop, they could supercharge their users' creativity and lock in their leadership for years to come.
So when you boil it all down, what are the key lessons from Adobe's success story? First, you have to have the courage to adapt, like they did with their crazy pivot to subscriptions. Second, the power of becoming the industry standard, which creates that self-reinforcing ecosystem. And third, the stability and predictability you get from a recurring revenue model. Those three pillars, that's the foundation of their empire.
So here's the big takeaway. Adobe has really moved beyond being just a software company. It's become a core piece of the digital world's infrastructure. You know, like the roads and bridges in the physical world, Adobe's tools are the essential pathways that digital creativity and commerce travel on.
For decades now, Adobe has been the bedrock of digital creation. But in a future that's going to be powered by AI and an even more democratized creator economy, the big question is, can they adapt and keep their throne? Or will a new generation of tools come along and build the next digital world?